Hello, friends. This is Spencer Love, your host of Over the Top Rope on the Win Column Sports Network. Don't forget you can head to wincolumnsports.ca for all of your previews, reviews, and breaking news from the world of wrestling, be it your major promotions or from the great province of Alberta, Canada. Now, back to Sounds of Struggle with your hosts, Chris Perish and Meniac.
Ocho, Cinco.
That's Spanish for 85.
Yeah. Or NFL, because that is the number for Chad Ocho Cinco, who legally changed his name
for 85
from Chad Johnson to Chad Ocho Cinco. So that would actually appear on his jersey.
Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson. Chad 85 Johnson.
COCJ?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Episode 85 of The Sounds of Struggle. We are
drunk.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm Meniac.
And I'm not waving Chris Perish. And the apparent Meniac is waving again.
There you go.
There we go.
So we had some things happen this last week in sports.
Like what?
Well, first, we saw Tiger Woods actually lead a major at a point in time.
Yeah, the British Open. They almost won the damn thing.
Yeah.
Ended up coming 6th.
Yeah, and then Rory McIlroy also led at one point.
Rory!
And then he fucked that up too.
And some guy I'd never heard of won it.
Yeah, some Italian dude. But I think it shows that when Tiger Woods is actually doing well, people give a shit. Because Twitter was going crazy about Tiger Woods leading the Open.
That's the first time I've ever paid attention to golf in years.
Yeah. And it's Tiger Woods. He matters in sports. People actually care if he does well. So I think it's a thing that Tiger Woods is still a main. Well, he's a name still for the PGA.
I'm going on record right now. Tiger Woods wins the PGA Tour Championship. We get drunk. And I don't mean like, hey, it's a Tuesday night drunk. No, it's we're getting bombed off our asses and pissing out our buttholes.
How about if he just wins, we get drunk?
What's that mean?
Like anything, though.
What do you mean anything?
Like any golf tournament. It doesn't have to be PGA Championship or Open.
Well, no, because then what happens if he, for whatever reason, goes to like a putt-putt tournament? That's not fucking fair.
Yeah, but you're going to watch the putt-putt tournament if Tiger Woods is in it.
Kind of would, yeah. All right.
So there you go.
But I wouldn't get drunk because of that.
How about we go there and get drunk and then shove it into all the fucking people that he beat in the putt-putt tournament?
Well, now, when you say shove it, what do you mean?
No, I just get drunk and then be like, in your face to all the losers.
Team Tiger!
Arr. Yeah. And then we can say your hashtag Tiger bombed. Yeah. See, it'll be fun.
The Purple Tigers.
So yeah, I mean, well, outside of that, I mean, we go into the, well, I mean, I guess we did talk about baseball last week with the home run derby and the All-Star game.
Yeah, we did talk a little bit about it.
Uh-huh. Okay, well then,
what, do I have anything for it?
We can go to Canadian football, because Johnny Manziel is now playing for the Montreal Alouettes.
He got traded!
And
he's a classy guy.
And Hamilton actually got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
They got 2 first-round picks and 2 very good players out of the deal. So the question remains to be seen. Johnny Manziel, is he going to be a success story in the CFL?
He'll actually get to play now.
Yeah. He never actually played a single down in Hamilton.
No.
Mazzoli kind of did too well.
Yes, Mazzoli's kicking ass over there. I'll give you that.
So But yeah, no, I think one of the good things too about Menzo when he got traded, and he took a lot of time in his press conference to actually thank Hamilton.
Which is awesome. I appreciate that. Stand-up guy.
So,
no matter what he did.
Don't get me wrong. I still want him to do the whole money thing as soon as he gets his first touchdown. That'd be awesome.
It would.
I'd like to see a little bit of character out of him if he does well. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that still want to see him not do well in the CFL. Probably CFL traditionalists, but CFL traditionalists are probably what made the CFL boring to begin with.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We can use some color in the game. Also, Terrell Owens was dropped from the Eskimos' nag list.
They couldn't get the negotiations done, so they had to drop him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some CFL traditionalists are happy about that, but fuck them.
Yeah. Nobody's picked him up yet.
No.
So
I think he's just deployed because he wants to show he's interested, so an NFL team picks him up.
But here's also the question. How many touchdown passes could Johnny Manziel throw to Terrell Owens this year?
I don't want to think about it. Wrong team.
Yeah, but also think
Wrong
about
team.
When Johnny Manziel got drafted in the NFL.
Yeah.
Do you ever think you'd play with Terrell Owens in the NFL?
I didn't even know who the hell he was.
Exactly my point. Because Terrell Owens was already retired by that point. So when you think about Johnny Manziel throwing a touchdown pass to Terrell Owens, and then you think it's in the Canadian Football League,
that is impressive.
It's not exactly something that you'd be like, huh, I saw that happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's been pretty quiet on sports.
I've got a couple things. First of all, Manny Pacquiao won the WBA welterweight title. I didn't realize he was fighting for a title again, but he already immediately called out Floyd Money Mayweather.
Of course.
But
why would that fight need to happen?
No.
Why would that fight need to happen? Mayweather's beat him, twice now?
Once, but beat him fairly decisively.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just, I get it. Manny Pacquiao wants his rematch, etc., etc. He's a new WBA welterweight champion. I don't care. Well, Pacquiao's, he's older. He's just,
He's still a better boxer.
It's whatever.
Like, it's not going to be any different.
Yes, it's whatever. Couple things. Was it Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, the Olympic figure skating pair from Canada?
Canadian Walk of Fame now.
Canadian Walk of Fame, yes. They can add that. Good for them on that. It's
But the real question is, are they dating?
Who cares?
Right?
They could literally be doing it behind a podium. I wouldn't give a shit. Actually, I would watch that.
I would do it with their skates on.
That's dangerous. You don't do that.
Depends. Maybe
you
put a
don't
little pure red on his ball sack. You never know.
You take the skates off, you'll cut his damn head off.
That only happens in the movies.
I guess, yeah. Dwayne Wade. Potential to go to China.
Why? Is he big there?
He's big in Japan and apparently China.
No.
He's offered a contract by, and forgive me when I try to pronounce this team.
Nope, we're taking this to the grave.
Xinjiang Flying Tigers.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where they
set
play.
to offer him apparently a monster contract, is what it says. It hasn't been released. How
like
much they're gonna offer?
Godzilla type monster contract?
Well, that's more Japan than China, but something like that. Maybe Mothra style. My question is...
What's like the village of China? Like, what's like a big...
Hong Kong?
Like, I don't know. Like
Beijing?
Stew? Like...
Pyeongchang? No, that's not... That's not that.
No, that's South Korea, dude.
South Korea. Yeah, it's close enough. Point is, what are the odds he's actually going to go to China? He doesn't need money. Do you think he's actually going to go?
Well, unless the only other team to offer him a contract would be Toronto.
Well, you never know. I think you'd rather go to Toronto, though, than Japan.
Really?
Or China.
Because Kawhi Leonard almost didn't want to go to Toronto.
But he did.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't have the choice. He got traded.
I don't know. I don't think Dwayne Wade, especially with a family now, being a little bit older, I don't think he's going to go to China. My question to you, you got, say, offered a contract to wrestle or play hockey somewhere, like, say, Tibet, would you do it?
Maybe.
Yeah, fair enough.
What
What would it depend on?
Who do I have to bring with me?
No one.
Oh, I'm there.
You hear that, Tibetan wrestling / hockey fans? Chris Perish could be yours for the low price of whatever the hell he wants.
We'll talk about that later.
1 million yen.
Oh, only 1 million.
That'd work into like, I don't know, $100?
At least 2 million.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Just make sure you cover my gas. We're good.
Oh, you can't afford to cover his gas. Oh, you're talking about vehicles. Never mind.
All types of gas.
All
covered.
You can't afford it.
Yeah.
Also, last thing I have, basketball. Man from pickup basketball game called the cops after being fouled hard.
Was it Uncle Drew?
I don't know who Uncle Drew is.
That's a movie.
Oh, okay. Is that a Tyler Perry thing?
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay. Anyways, no, I guess he got fouled hard in a pickup game, and he literally left wherever he was, the YMCA court or wherever he was, to call the cops at the front desk.
Yeah, it's a technical foul.
Like, dude, man, this whole world is just pathetic. We should find him and technical foul his balls with our feet.
Technical foul.
I agree. On to hockey!
Me like hockey.
Yes. It was something we missed last week, apparently, is that Ovechkin won the Male Athlete of the Year at the ESPYs. He's the first ever hockey player to win. Ever.
Do you have the cup?
Probably. Barely let it go so far. But hey, I mean, good for him. He's breaking down barriers.
I mean, I think the only person that would actually take the cup away from him would be Putin.
Yeah, that's actually not the real cup anymore. Vladimir Putin has it in his office. For sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Minnesota Wild have re-signed Matt Dumba to a 5-year, $30 million contract.
And Trouba signed a 1 year, $5.5 million.
I don't think he's worth it. I mean, I know it's arbitration, but I don't think he's worth $4 million max is what I pay him.
Well, I mean, it's free agency. Everybody tends to overpay in free agency, right?
Yeah, that is true. Also, Pietrangelo just had a hat trick of children. He just had triplets with his wife.
Wow. She probably put on some weight.
Not really. They're all really small.
Are they, like, premature?
I don't know, but they're all look like maybe 4 or 5 pounds each.
No, they look, but how much were they actually?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm just saying they look tiny. Point is, congratulations on your hat trick, Pietrangelo. Might be one of the only ones you ever get.
No. Show me a picture of his wife. And then I'll actually say, you know what? That hat trick would be impressive.
There you go.
I had to see a picture of his wife, because I just, no.
I'm not looking at a picture of his wife. That's just weird. That's weird.
This is journalism.
You
Come on.
You want to see a picture of a hole? How about a hole in one? Conor McDavid's hole in one.
Yeah, I know. Is there anything he can't do?
I bet you he can't go to the moon. Why? Because it's fake. Never happened.
You also can't win the Hart Trophy this year.
You can't win the Stanley Cup right now either.
Well, I know. That's...
Right now. Right now.
Well, no, you can't win it right now. Washington has it.
Exactly.
So you're
That's
right.
That's what I said right now.
Yeah.
What else? Chris Chelios has been named the new Blackhawks ambassador.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good choice.
Does he still have his restaurant in Chicago?
That's a very good question. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Would not be
I
surprised at
know
all.
he
He
had
spent
one
9
time.
seasons there, and he did really well there, so I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I'll have to look that up later.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised Seabrook were 7. Because I'm surprised that they haven't retired it yet.
Not yet. I think it's honestly, I know that he asked permission to wear number 7 from Chelios, which I guess Chelios did give him the okay.
I still have a little bit of a hate on Chelios because I was a Beret fan growing up, and he's the reason my Beret actually had his first knee surgery. Tripping on a breakaway, went knee into the boards, boom, tore it.
Yeah. Was that when he played for Montreal or Chicago?
Now Chicago.
Yeah. Attaboy Chelios.
They still lost the game badly.
Doesn't matter. That's fine.
Yeah.
Going to another former team of Chris Chelios, former Canadians Guy Lapointe has been receiving death threats. Do you know from who?
Everyone in Montreal?
Not quite. He and his son Guy Lapointe Jr., because, great name, do it again.
Guy Jr.
Yes. Have been receiving death threats from Quebec Hells Angels. That's something to mess with. It's apparently all because of Guy Lapointe Jr. His job is something about eradicating biker gangs, something or other in Quebec. That's what he does. So he and his son have been getting harassed, we'll say, from 81, a.k.a. HA, a.k.a. Hells Angels. I would not mess with those guys.
I don't think they're 81. I think you're thinking...
No. 81, a.k.a. 8th letter of the alphabet's H, first letter of the alphabet's A. Hells Angels. Apparently that's how they signed the threats to him.
Huh.
Yeah, I know.
Those are pissed off frogs.
Pissed off biking frogs.
Where am I here? Hot.
Yeah, fair enough. But, yeah, it's not someone I want to piss off.
Yeah, Guy Lapointe is a really mad man.
Yes.
I mean...
Oh, I don't mean Lapointe, I mean the Hells Angels.
Yeah, I know.
I'd rather deal with Lapointe than Hells Angels. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Nice guys, though.
We've seen Lapointe without the puck. He's not that bad.
Not that good.
No, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, he's
okay.
not that bad to deal with.
Oh, fair enough.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, other than that, very quiet on the hockey front.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's been a couple
the
of...
Anaheim Ducks revealed a nice modern retro jersey, though.
Their third jersey looks nice.
Yeah. You should check that out.
Looks like the old school jersey they used to use in the 90s.
Yeah, but they, you kept their font on there, just like, modernized it with the Mighty Duck colors.
Less purple, more black, but it looks really good.
Well, not too shabby of an idea.
No, and also the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're bringing back the cannon.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a little good.
So,
I'm really hoping Chicago one day brings out a third jersey. Not like hey, it's a black third jersey. How about that? No, I want like the patch on the shoulder. I want that to be the crest on the front.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Will they ever do it? Probably not, but you never know.
I'm still very interested in the Oilers because they're supposedly bringing back the blue jersey.
There you go.
I mean, I just want, they're not doing anything right now. You might as well just unveil it.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're just waiting on when they're going to fucking extend theirs.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, that's really all they have to do.
Yeah.
Also, the Blues re-signed Joel Edmondson to $3 million, and they now officially have only $284,000 left on their payroll.
Boys, sign us. We could be hype men.
I mean,
it'd be conflict of interest for me, but, I'd do it. Just get in the NHL, get my name out there, and then go and sign with the Blackhawks afterwards.
they only have 47 contracts, so they can still sign a couple two-way guys and be okay, but...
Yeah.
That's, they officially now have the least amount of cap room in the NHL. Do you know who has the most amount of cap room as of today?
I'm going to say probably either Vegas or Arizona.
No, Arizona actually, after that Hossa trade, actually are up there.
Okay.
New Jersey Devils have the most cap room, and you know who has the second most?
Edmonton?
No, the New York Rangers.
Really?
Yeah. When was the last time you saw the New York Rangers being the second least spending team in the NHL?
Any New York team in general. That's unheard of, yeah. What's going on with Rick Nash? Is he signed anywhere yet?
He doesn't know if he's playing next year. That is the latest. And that was...
He'll play. I'm betting you he goes West Coast.
You know who is playing, though, this year?
I can see him in Detroit, actually. Not West Coast. I can see him in Detroit.
I can see Rick Nash still going back to the East in some capacity. I wouldn't be surprised if Montreal keeps... sorry, not Montreal. If the Rangers decide to...
Bring him back?
Yeah. They have the cap room.
They do have the cap room.
Plus, I don't think it's going to cost you $7 million. It's probably $4.5.
At best.
If that, so.
Yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, you know who's also top 5 in the most cap room? Philadelphia Flyers.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
I think Vegas is in there. Toronto is also the third least spending team.
Really?
Yeah. But, I mean, with Toronto, they still got to sign Marner.
Marlowe. No, not Marlowe.
Marlowe's there. But then
Matthews.
But next year they got Matthews and this year's Nylander.
Yeah.
Next year's Marner and Matthews.
Yeah.
So. And then they got a lot of other people expiring contracts. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be definitely.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm not a fan of the whole GM job. I'm not. I wouldn't be very good at it. It's just that's too much money, numbers, and I don't like
it. All depends on if you're willing to pull the trigger on trades, and I mean that's a big one too, because I mean your cap issue is going to be solved depending on 1 or 2 moves, and it's just a matter of getting that right trade. I think that's a big one too. I mean anybody can spend the money in free agency. The big one is, getting that trade, because, I mean like look at your team, Chicago, being able to get that trade out there.
It does help us out a lot. Having the cap go up plus getting rid of Host's contract does definitely help.
I mean, you guys now have just over $5 million left in cap space.
That is nice.
Just about $500,000 more than the Oilers.
That is nice. We could definitely sign 1 or 2 more people with that, or leave it available. We don't necessarily need it right away. I'm more excited to see the Stadium Series or the Winter Classic, whichever one they're in against Boston at Notre Dame. I want to see the
Stadium
jerseys.
Series.
Stadium Series, okay.
I think the Winter Classic is going to be the Canadian game, and then the Stadium Series is the Americans.
Yes.
No.
But anyways, I'm excited to see what the Chicago Blackhawks. You know what? Even a little bit to see what the Boston Bruins jersey is going to be. I do like the Boston Bruins jerseys. I'll say that.
Well, they keep it classy. I mean, they're another original 6. They don't go over the top, but I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I can't say they don't go over the top, because they're the ones who had that golden jersey with the bear on it.
Yeah, the Winnie the Pooh one was a little much.
Yeah. But Winnie the Pooh's Canadian, so that's okay.
Yeah, from Winnipeg.
Who of all teams, outside of now Anaheim, would you like to go a little bit more of a modern retro look?
Dallas Stars.
The Minnesota?
Either the Minnesota or the old one where it literally was a star and it said stars, but the top of the star was an A.
I mean, because
I like that look. I really do.
I just, you know what? I like them without the black right now.
You know what? I'd say go back to that star, that logo, but put it on the bright green.
Because I'm gonna go more with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
If you bring back the one that actually had actual lightning on the sleeves, that'd be sweet.
Well, because I know that when you post on your Instagram and I put that Peter Klima one.
Yes.
Man, I actually really like those jerseys.
Not the number, not the name, but the jersey.
They stood out though. I mean, and they were different and they made sense.
I mean, the ones that I love are the retro, the Anaheim Ducks or the Arizona Coyotes. Their third one they're using, I love that one.
What about the old LA Kings where I remember Gretzky actually had to wear it, where they had like the crown and the guy with the king on the crown.
Oh, the old
kind of like the playing card look.
Yeah, it was. What'd they dub it? They dubbed it the Burger King logo.
Yeah,
I actually didn't mind that one. I really didn't.
But then the Ducks, you also had like the goalie one.
Yeah. That one where he's like jumping through the ice, that one was weird.
Yeah.
That was one of the few.
I would have put that on the shoulder though.
Shoulder, yes, but not as the main logo.
But it's also different to have a goalie as your logo. Not a lot.
That's like an actual, like, I don't know. To me, a main crest or a logo is something that's it can be complicated, but that to me was just too much. That was like there's too much going on. Ice breaking, the duck jumping through. There's too much there.
Yeah, but if you just had the duck,
simplistic.
If you just had the duck,
just the duck would be okay. That would be all right. I don't know, just something about that. That didn't work for me.
But then again, like the Mighty Duck logo, just
District 5 one or the Mighty
no,
Duck?
what they have on the third jersey.
Okay,
yeah, that one is just a classic. So, I guess too. If you know what, if I want to do another classic look. Maybe Florida Panthers.
The ones with or without the broken stick on the paws of the cougar.
Broken stick.
Yeah.
Shows the intensity of the animal.
Yeah, agreed.
I guess.
I do like their new ones.
I mean, San Jose has gone back with it, like the teal and gray look.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't necessarily mind it, but no, I wouldn't mind them just updating the modernization of that logo a little bit. I mean, that actually might be a good one as well.
Yeah.
And then there has to be another. I mean, Washington, I would like. I mean, I thought they were.
I like them to bring back the jersey they had when Ovechkin first started playing with them back in 2006.
Oh, the one when Yager had them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one. I do.
It was different. I mean, it was back when Buffalo had the black and red jerseys.
I love those ones too.
I mean, I wouldn't mind those logos in the blue and yellow. Like, I love the blue and yellow look.
Actually, their red one had just the cross sabers. Like that one too.
It wasn't bad. It was just different. Like, it was definitely a different. Like, it was like that shock. It's like, wow.
Do you think this year that Vegas gets a third jersey?
No, they won't. They've already announced that they won't.
Well, I didn't know that.
There's a lot of teams that have already announced that they won't do a third jersey. Some are expected. Some are, it might be like Toronto's always a maybe every year.
Toronto's all like, as much as I don't like the team, it's a classic look.
Yeah.
Same with Montreal. Like any original six.
The one thing I would add with Toronto is I'd actually maybe even add like a little silver lining on the jerseys.
Like kind of like what they had with the Centennial one, but less obvious.
But like, imagine if because you got the blue jersey, you got a white lime. Imagine if you had like a silver outline to that, like literally a silver lining. Like it wouldn't be that bad.
No, that's true.
I mean, but I mean, in a way, I mean, Tampa does kind of. I mean, when they had the black and silver and white and blue.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. My personal favorite of other than obviously the Blackhawks, is you can't beat Detroit's red and white. That's a classic look.
I'd bring back when they had that one winter jersey and they just had the D logo.
You like the D, do you?
I mean, the logo was just different. Like, when you look at some of these teams that don't do a lot of change, I mean, that wasn't a bad one. I also like the fact that during preseason, they have a different font for their name bar than they do during the year, and I actually like the preseason one.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, when you're watching Detroit's preseason, look at it. They actually have a different font for their names.
Yeah. The other one though is New York Rangers. The one they had back in the '90s that had the
like the dark blue one,
the navy blue one that had the head of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
I like that one. And then the more recent ones are, instead of saying the Rangers, it says New York and it's navy blue. I like that look too. I think it's more. I like the navy blue color though.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks good. Navy blue with the dark red. It looks real good. Should we move on to wrestling?
We might as well.
Might as well. Let's see here. Let's go with. Should we go with the biggest news going on right now?
Yeah. Let's go with the fact that we have the Alpha Club versus the Bullet Club.
That is. Well, didn't we talk about that like 2 weeks ago?
I know. I'm just kind of.
Fair enough. Biggest news of the week. Cain Vasquez was spotted at the Performance Center doing a little bit of training.
Big news.
Well, I'm not going to give them what they think is going to happen. Screw that.
Oh, why do you think I said something we talked about last week?
Yeah. But yeah, that's a little surprising. Maybe he's going to make his way into WWE.
I really hope not, to be honest. I'm kind of getting tired of the crossover.
I'm okay with it. As long as they can work, I'm okay with it.
I mean, I like what Matt Riddle's doing, where he's taking the time to actually work other places. Shayna Baszler did the same thing.
Yes.
Where she not necessarily jump just to the WWE and learn how to train there.
Technically, Bobby Lashley, when he left, he did that too.
To where?
He went MMA and then he did Impact and indie shows and.
Yeah, but Lashley also started in wrestling and then had the wrestling background too.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he did that. Like he did the developmental.
That is true.
And then went wrestling, and then went MMA, and then came back. I mean, that was a little different. It's like saying the same thing about Lesnar.
Or Angle.
Well, Angle never really left wrestling after he got into it.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'm okay with them, really. As long as they can work, then I'm okay with it. It's just nothing worse than having a guy who comes in based on a name, a.k.a., I don't know,
Ronda Rousey.
David Arquette, Dennis Rodman, Jay Leno. We're looking at you, WCW.
Also, I'm actually going to show you a picture of the name bar difference,
Name bar difference. Let's see here.
That's right.
Is the left one preseason?
Yeah.
Left one preseason for the Red Wings. Yeah, you know what? It's thicker. It's
really.
It almost looks like, you know, an aerial bold as opposed to just an aerial. It looks good. I think I prefer the boldness to it.
Like there's just something about that actually looks nice.
It does.
It's like something that you would see in like an older movie. Like if you like, there's the font of it.
Youngblood.
No, I'm thinking more like a good Western movie.
A Western movie.
Like,
oh.
You know?
Oh, okay, yeah. Slapshot.
Well, no, like Western. Not Slapshot. That's a hockey movie.
It's set in the western
I'm
part of
thinking
Eastern
like
Province.
Tombstone, like, you know, like.
Oh, the good, the bad, and the slapshot.
Yeah, I used that theme once.
Yeah, I know. Now, you texted me earlier this week saying, let's discuss Martha versus Brett debate. Now, here's my point of view. What the fuck's the Martha versus Brett debate?
Okay, so here's the thing. So somebody asked Bret Hart if what his thoughts about Bret or Owen not being in the Hall of Fame, and if he thinks that Martha is at fault for it.
Okay.
And then Bret had very strong feelings about how he thinks Martha is not protecting, but basically erasing the history of Owen Hart, and doesn't understand how much that celebrating his name with the Hall of Fame induction would be. And then Martha Hart responded saying, I'm not erasing it, I'm actually doing the quite opposite. We actually started a foundation for his name that both his children are involved in, and we're actually celebrating his name in other venues or other than wrestling. I just don't want people to monetize his name when it has brought so much bad to certain people like us. So she's protective of the fact that she doesn't want a company like WWE just to use the name, just to monetize it, and then disgrace the name when there's other things that come up with it. My thing was, with the whole argument, is do you side on Bret? Like, are we kind of at the point now where it's like, you know, do we want to see him celebrate in the WWE Hall of Fame? But at the same time, is that going to justify it? Because we know the WWE is just going to spin it and will make a monetary investment and monetary gain out of it. They always do that. It doesn't matter how they spin it. They sell memorabilia for the Hall of Fame. It's celebrated at WrestleMania, which we know is a financial success.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you don't do 35 of them for nothing.
Here's my thinking. You let him in the Hall of Fame, but a portion, we'll say, I'm throwing out an arbitrary number here, 50% of any merchandise involving Owen Hart, or any Hart stuff in general. Well, I guess not, because that would be Natalia, but any Owen Hart stuff, 50% of all that merchandise goes to whatever this foundation is. During the speech, they allow them to plug and mention the foundation, saying go do that. And WWE also makes a donation to that as well. I think that would kill it all right there. Do they want to do that? Of course not, because they want to keep all the money that they can for themselves. But if they did that, I guarantee, well, I shouldn't say guarantee, I have a feeling that the Hearts would be like, you know what? Okay, let's put him in there, because that brings to light their charity, it gives money to their charity, and at the same time, it allows him to finally get into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Now, I think kind of like the way I view it is I look at it, like I'm trying to kind of meet in the middle here. Do I want Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame? Absolutely. But do I want his name to just only be there to help the wrestling community? No, because I do think that there's more to it than that. His death affected a lot of people outside of wrestling. Yes, it's easy to get conserved in the wrestling world when you're a part of it. It's harder to accept the fact that there's a world outside of wrestling when you're a part of it, and you're not in the part of it to where you deal with it on a first-hand basis. Martha Hart, his wife, his widow, and her kids, they don't remember Owen Hart as the wrestler. They remember him as the father, the husband.
The lover.
Well, but, I mean, with that being said, it's a different light. And they may want his legacy to be remembered as someone who's also more than just a wrestler. And they're not wrong for that at all.
No.
The wrestling world is not wrong for wanting to celebrate the success that Owen Hart did while wrestling. So for me, there should be a compromise.
Put him in the celebrity wing?
No, because he deserves to be in the wrestling.
Okay.
I mean, that guy literally was one of the best entertainers WWE had in that time frame. But between the two parties, whether it's the WWE and Martha Hart, they need to work together. Bret Hart throwing his stepsister under the bus, I think, is the wrong thing.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, the Harts have never exactly gone and done the right thing. So,
but I mean, Martha is not really any more of a Hart. Well, she's really not a Hart. She's just married. She married into the family.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was never she's not as much of a Hart as Brett or Natty or David or not David, but
the wrestling lineage was never ingrained into her.
She never grew up with this whole idea about how wrestling is until she met Owen. So she never met Owen because of wrestling. She met Owen because of she was outside of wrestling. So yeah. I mean, wrestling isn't what brought them together. I mean, wrestling is definitely what brought Owen and his family together, because that is what was their bloodline. But I think what Bret is doing is trying to throw more attention to himself and to get more over with the fan base for saying, yeah, Owen should be in the Hall of Fame for this. I think it's very selfish on Bret's part.
You're not wrong.
But at the same time,
I don't think he's necessarily doing it only to be selfish, bring light.
I understand why he feels that way,
yes.
But at the same time, a death doesn't just affect the wrestling world. So he needs to be a little bit more open-minded about the people outside of the wrestling world who his death actually impacted as well. And the fact that there is a Owen Hart Foundation outside of wrestling to help, many kids who, can't afford things while they want to go to school and stuff like that. I mean, that is celebrating his life. So Martha Hart is not erasing the Owen Hart name. She's just not helping grow the name inside the wrestling community.
Yeah.
So, there is a difference there that I don't think either one sees. But I think that if you want to celebrate Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame, there has to be that compromise.
Yeah.
And I agree, you shouldn't just use his name just for monetary gain. That is very wrong.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with that being said, I mean, he deserves to be in there. I mean, if Donald Trump is in the Hall of Fame and Owen Hart's not, that's a travesty.
Donald Trump, Drew Carey, Snoop Dogg,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
If they're all in, then...
You know what? I'll even say this. The fact that Owen Hart is not in there, but a lot of the talent that have been in wrestling in the last 10 years are, with the exception of the names that actually came before Owen Hart, is wrong. And I don't even say it's wrong that, that those people are in. It's just the fact that they thought that, those people should be in before guys like Owen were in.
I think it's not so much that they're thinking that they should be in before Owen. It's more of they don't exactly have the okay.
No, that's true. But, I mean, at the same time, if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to make it happen. And WWE is very good at that.
That is true.
I mean...
Hence Bruno Sammartino.
Not even hence Bruno, but, also taking the fact that Jeff Jarrett's in the Hall of Fame.
Him too.
Taking the fact that I know they've done multiple different things throughout the years.
Hulk Hogan's back in. That says it all.
They bought WCW.
Hulk Hogan's back in. Yeah. There it is. Rest my case.
Well, he got reinstated. He never actually left.
And that's what I said, back in. He's back in it. That says it all.
Yeah. You died for the company. You're not in. You call black people the N-word. You'll get suspended for a bit, but you'll be brought back.
Moving on! Mae Young Classic. They just announced that Maya Yim and Mercedes Martinez are returning this year.
Yeah.
They've actually released that there's going to be a bunch of people. And on that note...
How many competitors are in this year? Is it 34 or 36, I mean? Or is it more?
How many was it last time? 64?
Oh, God, I don't remember. No, I can't say it was 64.
There's 64 men. I remember that for the Cruiserweight Classic.
Was it that much? I don't think so. I thought it was 32.
I don't know. Maybe there's qualifiers and that's how.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it might be 32 again, is what the plan is. But keeping on that note for the ladies, on October 28th, 2018, over 50 women will participate in an event called Evolution, headlined by Triple H, Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton. And it will be the first ever all-women's, plus Evolution, pay-per-view. And Monday Night Raw...
It will not be headlined by the men.
It's not headlined by the men. It's headlined by Evolution.
Oh, it's just named Evolution.
Michael Cole on Monday Night Raw would go on to say that it's going to take place on Long Island. And it's going to be a combination of Raw, SmackDown, NXT UK women's titles, all on the line, as well as the final of the Mae Young Classic. I want to go on record saying, no, WWE is not the first company to ever do this, because Ring of Honor has the Women of Honor. There are companies like Shimmer, Glow was around for a while, Shine. I'm sure there's others I'm missing, but to have it done on this stage with this many viewers and this much access to the world is huge.
Yeah.
And you know what? The way they did it, good for them. I think it's awesome. I think it's a long time coming. Why not have women's only pay-per-view? Why not have women as the main event of stuff? Sure. So I'm just hoping that they don't do it where, they do this one show, it has a great response, they decide to do another one, and it dips a little bit because it's not the original, it's not the first time, and not everyone's as interested, and they're like, well, that didn't do as well as the second time, so we're never doing it again. I'm really hoping that not only do they decide to continue doing this, but they stay the course if, like 205 Live, the ratings dip a bit.
See, I told you earlier that I like the move, but long haul, I have an idea.
You should say it.
That would, I think, be ideal to the Revolution, which I find it really funny that the WWE tagged Women's Revolution as their tagline, and then now we're calling this pay-per-view Evolution.
And then the second one will be called Re-Evolution.
Because they didn't do that in NXT at all, right?
Yeah.
But my thing is, if you don't want the women to be compared to the men anymore, then simply give them a platform of their own. Now, take them off Raw, take them off SmackDown. No, not as a demotion, as a promotion, as you then solidify WWE's own all-female brand. That way, you combine all of the women from Raw, all the women from SmackDown. You still have the NXT women, and they can do their own thing, because that is still going to be, your quote-unquote developmental, even though it's another brand. But it's also one of those things where, when they want to like move up, the women then move up to this brand, the female brand.
Raw, SmackDown, Evolution.
That way, you're no longer comparing men and women. You're flat out giving them both their own platform. Now, long haul, you still have female matches on the pay-per-views. They still have their women's battle royal. They still have their women's Royal Rumble. They still have their women's Money in the Bank. They still have all of that on these pay-per-views. Elimination Chambers, everything like that.
But it also opens up, say, WWE is like, hey, we want to expand in, Saudi Arabia or some of those Middle Eastern countries where women are not allowed. You know what you do? Men go over there, do their stuff. Women continue to tour wherever else.
Allow the men to break the barrier because they have that ability to. And then you introduce the women, and then they could expand what that barrier can become. But at the same time, you're also expanding the women's roster and expanding that so big to the point where you actually can get away with having now the women tag titles or a secondary women's title.
Which, by the way, I saw a prototype of women's tag titles. They look good.
Well, and think about this. Like, you can have a tournament that can create new women tag champions. You can then do a battle royal that would actually crown a secondary champion. And then you can have this headlined by the Raw Women's Champion, the Raw Women's Champion. And then that would crown your very first woman, undisputed women's
Raw vs.
champion.
SmackDown.
And think about that. When you have an undisputed women's champion, and they can be that first ever, that's a pretty big thing to say.
I'm calling it right now. If, for whatever reason, they decide to do this, Ronda Rousey wins it. Just calling it right now. Or
no.
Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair.
Whoever it is. But then you're actually allowing these women to now set their own template, set their own standards, set their own expectation. That way you're taking all comparisons away from the men, because ultimately that's what you want. You don't want women and men being compared, because you don't want that back and forth debate. What you want is you want to make sure that when it comes to these big shows like WrestleMania, you want to see, okay, this women match, okay, yeah, it's now a main event. Why? Because I kept watching this show all year long, and I am just as much interested in a Universal or WWE title match as I would be as a Universal Women's match, or like whatever they want to call that top title. But now they're using this third brand to actually evolve what women can be in the world of wrestling.
Here's my question for you. Going to the secondary title, what would you call it?
It doesn't matter. Like, I would actually personally not call it a woman Intercontinental or a woman United States. I would actually create something different and have it their own. Because I think the more...
The Clitoris champion?
No.
Oh.
But the more that you give it its own identity and less of an identity of, oh, well, the men have it, so let's have a female version of it, then you're just doing yourself that disservice of still comparing it to the men. Because now it's like, well, the men have it, now we have to have it. Or you can just have your own and then make it as good as the men's version of that.
Fair enough.
But I think, big term, I mean, like you said, you have Glow, you have Shimmer, you have the Women of Honor. If WWE did that themselves internally, that actually would be gigantic. Then they can have their own network show every week, or they could sell that and have their own television show every week.
You think about it, because they have, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as of right now, and then Thursday for main event.
Yeah.
But then next year it goes to Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
If SmackDown Live is going to move to Friday, Tuesday opens up a spot, and you can actually have Tuesday night.
And then you literally have Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
There it is.
And I
guess Tuesday would still have 205 Live.
Yeah, but 205 is a network thing, not a TV necessarily.
So is the other stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it also is going to create content for your content for your network.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. I I don't think the network should be, okay, you own the channel, but you can't get the network because you don't have a smart TV. Okay, we're going to show you 4 hours or 5 hours of the Monday Night Wars. No, that's why you have the search engine on the network. Then you can pick what you want to watch. But when you actually have actual content of shows on the TV channel, that is gigantic.
Yeah.
Because then you're allowing all these women, and then just to be showcased. And then it's not even just being showcased, but then they get actual time on their matches. They're actually...
Well, it goes from 2 segments with women.
They have
in 3
stories.
hours.
Yeah.
It's like...
Now you have a 2...
Now it's 1 to 2 hours of all women with 4 to 5 storylines.
Yeah, and that's
and
the whole thing.
And suddenly goes from like... It goes from 4 to 6 women in a storyline to 8 to 10 to 12, depending on what you want to do. With tag titles, whatever else.
And that's the thing. Then you can expand your roster to branch out and doing all these other things. And yeah, it's new and it's, evolving, where women's wrestling can go. But then you're also giving them a platform to where they can create it and they can almost have their way like NXT would be. It's like a different brand that, people find that is almost better than the actual main brand. And you actually don't like it when, people are taken away from it. But then...
Or have it spoiled.
But, hey, yeah, that's what happens when you live in the past.
You son of a bitch. We'll get to that later.
No. But, I mean, at this time, I think that is a groundbreaking thing. And I think that would be something that's bigger. Imagine if every week you can watch Raw, SmackDown, and the all-women's show. I mean, that's a pretty big thing to be able to get to do.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, and then they can have their own pay-per-views as well. I mean...
I agree.
Why not? That's the whole beauty of the network. Is like, that's why the network's there. To have these specials, to have these alternatives.
I'm just throwing it out there. The secondary title, intergender title. I mean, I don't want James Ellsworth on the show, but why not? There are tons of matches we've seen. People like Candice LeRae versus you name a male competitor she faced. The match was insane.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's going against the whole. Is the match good because Candice LeRae's in it, or is it good because like other guys in it? I mean,
Candice.
Yeah.
Straight up.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where now you're comparing guys and girls, and I think that's exactly what they're trying to get away from.
Well, fuck me then.
I just don't think intergender thing is the right thing right now if you want to give the women their own platform.
Just have one of them win like the U.S. or Intercontinental title and take it to the women's show. There it is.
So, I mean, it's pretty easy because you can have the women's champion, you can have the women's tag champion, but then, that secondary is going to have, its own name, like whether...
The SmackDown was champion.
Well, no. But, I mean, to me, that's what my idea is, because I was thinking about, like, how if you could do an 8-team tournament for the women's tag titles, and easily on Raw, you can have... not Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. You can have Sasha and Bayley.
Sasha and Bayley back together as friends if for some reason.
Yeah. Then you can do, like, say, Nia and Ember Moon. That could be a third. Yeah. I know. You can have Natty and Ronda. Yeah.
There's 4.
That could be a 4. And you're also leaving out Alicia Fox, Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss, who's then could be in that, going to defend the Raw against
whoever.
SmackDown. So hypothetically, you do Alexa versus Carmella. The winner is your Ultimate Champion, right?
Yes.
And then you have these 4 4 teams on Raw, and then you have on SmackDown the Iconics. You have Charlotte and Bayley. Becky, sorry, yeah. And that's 2 right there. And then you can also look at, okay, who am I also going to... You can do Absolution.
Yeah.
So that's a 3rd one. And then,
also, I want to throw out there that this past Monday when they did that big announcement,
yeah,
you know who's on stage?
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross.
And a lot of people I found like wondering why, and obviously Nikki Cross is touring with SmackDown and other brands.
She's been doing a lot of house shows.
But didn't they not say on Raw that this pay-per-view was going to be open to Raw, SmackDown, and NXT?
And NXT UK.
Yeah.
And the Mae Young Classic Finals. It's going to have 50 different women.
But what does Nikki Cross represent? She represents right now NXT. She's also from the United Kingdom area.
Yeah.
So in a way, she actually represents 2 of those. She's a representative of the other brands that are there.
Yeah.
Because you look, the Iconics are backstage.
Yeah.
They were there. Not all SmackDown women are there,
No.
but they actually had representatives of almost every aspect of that's going to make up this pay-per-view. So
Yeah. And also Mickey James calling out Trish Stratus, who she wants to face on that. I think that'd be all right. Why not? Have a little classic throwback.
Yeah.
My question is, female commentators? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Would you have only female, or would you have a male there that's...
no. I mean...
Because not that I'm saying female can't do it, but we haven't had one.
But here's my thing. Lita has done ring announcing. Or announcing, sorry. Like commentating.
The commentation, color commentation.
Renee Young can do it. Charlie Caruso's capable of
Yeah, that is,
probably
you
doing
are
that.
right.
And if not, they can handle the backstage
Obviously, what about bringing Beth Phoenix?
Yeah, she wasn't all the best, but she can. I also think she has a place in the ring still. She looked really good still
Fair
in the
enough.
ring. But then what about, people like Medusa, Alundra Blaze?
She would be
She
good,
has
yes.
a good spot. Ivory could be a good one. Jacqueline could be a good one.
Yeah.
A lot of the other women, Holly could also be a good one. She's very well spoken as well.
That is true.
You can I would.
Would you think about bringing someone in from outside?
Yeah, like why not? I mean, because all you're doing now is
Madonna? Oprah? Who would you bring?
No.
The Queen?
no. I mean, you could do Maria Menounos, but I'd rather not.
Yeah.
But I mean, with that being said, I would also look at expanding and finding women announcers that are not currently employed.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing now is promoting all female show, which is the whole point. So don't see why that can't be a thing. And if they're really going to go there, just go all the way. Isn't that not the WWE way?
That is very true.
So
That's very true.
that was my idea. Because, I mean, I think you can do a lot here, and therefore you're now creating the 2 hours on SmackDown for all the male talent there. The 3 hour SmackDown for all the male talent
Raw.
there. Sorry, that's what I meant. But then you're also devoting a 1 or 2 hour, ideally 2 hour show to all the females. And that allows them to have time to wrestle, to get emotionally invested in storylines.
Do you think, though, if it's just on the network, do you think they get 2 hours? Because so far,
Why not?
all network shows that are wrestling-wise, that are, obviously not Raw and SmackDown, all of them are only an hour.
This is only going to make it why it's more groundbreaking. It's the first show that's more
Fair
than,
enough.
or it's the one show that is longer than 2 hours, so it's different. But that's also why you can think about putting this on a TV station, getting them a TV deal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Fox will, open up and
Billions!
right? Like,
Because we're the NBC and Fox, and who else is there? Let's see, Disney. They can give the women to Disney.
The USA Network might still want to keep WWE.
No, the USA Network is owned by NBC, so they have Raw.
Yeah.
And then Fox has SmackDown as of next year. Go to the Disney Channel. Women wrestling on Disney.
Yeah, or you can even do
Pirates of the Women.
well, you can bring back Katie Burchill.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't understand, like if you truly want to go big with the females here, then why not do it? Why not go all the way?
I agree with that.
Go all the way with the females.
You know what they could do?
It's good.
You know what they could say? You go all the way with them, you'd be all in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of all right.
That's a little bit of that's struggle-licious.
Yeah, that's a definition of struggle-licious right there.
Speaking of which, you know who else is all in? It'd be Ciampa is the Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa is also the Tommaso champion.
Tommaso Ciampa is the champion. Tommaso Ciampa is the champion.
Yeah, so in the latest...
As of yesterday, when you're listening to this, it'd be tomorrow, Wednesday, from when we're doing this, he officially becomes the champion.
Yeah, so in the latest tapings of NXT...
Which you spoiled for me, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, well, you know what? It's wrestling. Deal with it.
Fuck you!
Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa defeats Aleister Black to become the new NXT Heavyweight Champion.
I enjoy this. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I enjoyed it.
We kind of called this already, though.
Did we?
Well, I mean, after the Gargano thing, we knew that we kind of said that he was going to do something with Black, possibly win the championship, and then they'd probably do something with Black in terms of bringing him up.
Wait, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention when we were talking about hockey, you totally called it. Brooks Orpik's now back with the Capitals for 1 year.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that, and then you cut me off, so...
1 year, 1 minute. I'm sorry. That happened. You called that.
So now we each have called someone in hockey. You called Michael Grammer to the Arizona Coyotes.
That was completely joking, too. That's weird.
And I did this because it was completely obvious. That I just assumed it was probably going to happen, but I didn't really give a shit either way.
There you go. Anyways. Yeah, lots happening.
But yeah, with NXT, also, I think it's evident now. Oh, by the way, William Regal is back.
Hooray!
On these tapings.
Where was he?
He had medical issues.
Medical alert bracelet?
I mean, they always said on storylines that he was just, away in his office doing business work. But yeah, he actually wasn't there due to medical reasons. So it's nice to see that he's back, healthy. Also,
as a horse?
War Games coming back. Woo! So, if they're doing the traditional three-man teams...
Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, most likely you're going to have...
You have Undisputed Era. You have Mustache Mountain. Or British Strong Style.
British Strong Style, yeah.
And then who would be your other three-man?
You got that three-man team of...
yeah, but is
Blake, whoever they are.
Well, then you have Gunner, who's now going
Donovan
as...
Dijak and
Jackson
Gunner.
Riker,
yeah,
is his name now?
And it's like Chris Dijak.
But they're not really well known on the NXT game.
No, it's that's just an option you have.
Or do you completely do your a new age thing and do maybe like EC3, Ricochet, and Velveteen Dream?
Velveteen Dream.
Or do you do something with common enemies is common friends? Maybe put Gargano and Ciampa back together in some way.
That'd be interesting.
Or, I don't know, what would you do in that? Or do you just do one team versus one team, and then you go, instead of, two guys start, and then every couple minutes another guy enters?
Here's what I'm thinking. By this point of having War Games, I'm going to assume Bobby Fish will be back.
Yeah, because he was given, 6 to 7 months in February, March?
Yeah.
So, September-ish?
And when is this going to happen?
I would assume...
October-ish?
Well, I'm assuming the Survivor Series, Eric.
So November-ish?
Because the next one is... Or is it the next one?
SummerSlam, and then, which would be coming up.
Yeah, because
after that, it'd be...
August is going to be Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And then November would be the Survivor Series one.
Yeah.
So I would assume it'd be November, right? So
unless they do one in between.
I don't think they will.
Because they randomly did Chicago because of Money in the Bank, right? I was a little surprised by that. Not because they decided to do it in Chicago, but because...
But was it not a third month, though? Was it not 3 months after?
It wasn't very long after, what do you call it, WrestleMania.
No, but they do tend to do some, a couple...
That's true.
But I think they're also starting...
I'm thinking they might do it around Hell in a Cell or in November.
They also are trying, or it seems like they're adding Money in the Bank as one of their top pay-per-views of the year, too, so...
But I'm thinking maybe do a 4v4, where Bobby Fish gets added in for Undisputed Era, and then you have someone from NXT UK.
Well, you could have Danny Burch, because Orny Lorcan is technically out, but he should be fine by then.
Danny Burch, or Wolfgang, or Mark Andrews, or any number of the guys from
Zach
UK.
Gibson.
Zach Gibson. He won that tournament, so why not? Any number of the UK guys.
You know what? They could actually have a Team UK.
They could. Team UK.
But then again, that really is British Strong Style.
Pretty much.
So maybe they have, NXT UK versus NXT versus Undisputed Era.
There we go.
Maybe Undisputed Era kind of tries to be their own. But I mean, that's also kind of what I'm... This is why, because it looks like Adam Cole
Baby.
is set to face off Ricochet for the North American title at NXT Brooklyn.
Yes.
That seems like it's going to be a match. They're probably going to make a triple threat out of Gargano, Ciampa, and Black for the heavyweight title.
Yes.
And I think they're doing Kairi Sane against Baszler for the women's title. So it seems like the tag titles are probably going to be Mustache Mountain against Undisputed Era.
Uh-huh.
So my thing right here is that, like, I can almost expect Bobby Fish to play a part in the Brooklyn one.
Yes.
Not necessarily wrestle, but play a part. Because he wasn't on his crutches the last time we saw him.
No.
So.
Holding the Dusty Rhodes Classic little cup he has.
Yeah, which is I kind of enjoyed. Since
It's
everybody else had a title, he had a cup.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I think they need to find a way to take the North American title off Adam Cole.
Bye-bye.
So then, if they want it Undisputed Era to have all the gold, have Roderick Strong be that guy, and then put the tag titles back on the Fish and O'Reilly, and then you can have Cole as your champion, not as your secondary champion.
I can see that.
Because, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to, like, when Bobby Fish comes out, I mean, something has to give here.
Yeah.
When he comes back in, something's going to give. Also, it looks like EC3 is going to have a match with Velveteen Dream.
Ooh, Velveteen.
At TakeOver. So, that could be interesting.
And the top Velveteen
Supposedly, they have a segment on one of these tapings that is amazing.
Good to know.
So,
are we talking Ricochet Velveteen Dream amazing?
I don't know. They just said it was something that they're hoping everything is shown because it was a fantastic segment.
Good to know. I'm always excited for NXT.
Yep.
It's the only one out of everything WWE does that I actually make sure to go out of my way to watch every week regardless.
Now, even though I spoiled and told you Aleister Black lost the title to Tommaso Ciampa, are you going to not watch it now?
I'm still going to watch it, but it's going to be... I would have been way more shocked because I did not think going into this that he would have won.
But now you want to know how he does it.
I am kind of curious.
So,
but it's more... I would have been way more shocked. Holy shit, he actually won.
But
anyways.
It was a sight to see when you saw the photos, though, of him actually with the title. It was like, huh.
You sent me that photo. I was equal parts angry, shocked, and happy.
Yeah. So, I mean, you gave me a neutral, a positive, and a negative feeling. Therefore,
you're a covalent bond if we're chemistry.
Even. We're even. Well, look at it. We're even.
Still, there's more anger. Fuck you.
Yeah, but there's also more excitement.
No.
Because you want to see this now. More than
I wanted to see it regardless.
Yeah. Because in a way, we kind of talked about it and called it.
All those years ago?
No, kind of like at the beginning, like when we first got Gargano Ciampa 1. We kind of called this after that.
That's true.
Of where are they going to go next? Because we didn't think they were going to do another match. Because we thought after Gargano literally won and he went back on NXT, where does he go next?
That's true.
So
that's true.
We thought they were going to move on.
We thought they were going to go on that Gargano was going to win and somehow get immediately costed the title by Ciampa, and then Ciampa would have it for a while.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
So.
But anyways. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, so should we get to
the wrapping of the show?
The advertisements?
We're doing advertisements before, buddy.
No, our advertisements. You know,
yeah, we're doing that before,
like
dude.
Our apparel advertisements.
I mean, we can do it again at the end, yeah. So, is this the end? The only end, my friend?
Do you want it to be the end?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily want it to be the end, but I don't know.
You know, okay, well, first off, where are you going to be, this weekend? And, what is coming up from Meniac?
Well, if I may, I know this weekend is... What the hell is the show called?
CWC.
Last Hunt?
Yeah.
CWC One Cunt?
No. Vast Cunt.
Vast Cunt.
There you go.
Ew.
Mass Cunt.
Ew. Good God. Anyways, you're going down to do, what you do best and defend your title.
Yeah, tables match against the Cheetah Bears.
And I might just come watch. I'm not sure if I'm 100% yet, but I might just come watch.
See, I don't know. I heard a rumor. You can squash this if you want. that you've been medically cleared through the CWC route. And then MPW is going to see how you are after CWC before they...
Well,
clear. Is that true?
GM Mike the Ref is always down there doing his thing with Backbreaker Media, so I think he's basing my performance for MPW based on this show. But as of right now, technically I am clear. I haven't decided whether I'm going to bring my gear. It's always smart to bring your gear. Yeah. But I haven't actually decided if I'm going to do anything. I'm gonna decide on the night. It's gonna be, I kind of wait and see how I feel that day.
So, there you have it. There's the,
There's the straight poop.
That's the shit from his mouth.
Right from my cake hole.
Yeah, you can't get a better source than that. Because it's right from his own mouth. Technically, yes, he's medically cleared through the CWC.
Yes.
MPW was they have been bugging us about our clearance because,
the amount of times they call, the office calls, hey, you need to come do this test. No, I'm not doing that test.
They're very needy.
So, they're like any girlfriend in high school, just so needy.
At first it was nice that they cared, and then at first it's like, seriously, can I poo without you
trying to watch me poo?
Yeah, I have some privacy around here.
Yeah,
I'm trying to recoup here. I'm trying to heal. So I know I'm medically cleared. I was medically cleared about a week or so ago.
I just got it earlier this week. Technically,
you passed the CWC testing.
Yes.
MPW is more. They're more 90-10% clearing you.
They're closer to clearing, but they just want to see how I do.
But they do have, from what it sounds like, they have more tests for you after the CWC show.
I've had this many tests since I went to college. This is stupid.
Right? Those fuckers always need to know.
Yes.
Just every little thing.
Yeah.
So
we want to just about wrapped it up?
Yeah, this is where we put the bow on the present.
Want to thank our sponsors, Backbreaker Media. Listen to it on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Podcast Player, Twitch. Apparently there's a Twitch. And
they have a Twitch. We don't.
They do, yes. And fuck YouTube. They're on there, but fuck them. Whatamover.net. Get Retro WE and OG The Struggle t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, bunny hugs, whatever the hell they're called, baby onesies, get them all.
Yeah.
Powerslam.tv, $5.99 a month. Sign up. Do your thing. And backbreakermedia.pivotshare.com. Sign up there. $5.99 a month as well. Do there.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram.
Everything for me is at WrestleManiac.
I'm Chris Perish on Twitter. I'm Chris.Perish on Instagram.
And yes. Any jerseys you want me to use for this countdown to the Maniac Marriage, hashtag Maniac Marriage, just send in your submissions to at WrestleManiac on any of the social medias, and I will at very least look at them. I've actually used several from fans and other people so far. I will continue where
I've been a part of this list.
You have been a part of this list since damn near the beginning. Tuesday is day 53, so by the time this comes out, it'll be day 51. Yeah, I'm counting down. The 40s are a little hazy. Once I get into the 30s, it's gonna be a lot easier.
Oh, I got you covered on the 40s. I know my 40s.
There you go.
At 40 you can do Grabner.
Yeah. You can do a 40 of vodka.
40 whiskey, 41 you can do Jocelyn Thibault, the goalie. 42 Slap Chef. 43 Marty Biron. 44 I think is anybody's ball game because you have a plethora of people there.
I have an idea for 44.
45. 46 is Ponce Berg.
There you go.
47 is Marc-Andre Bergeron.
Yeah.
48 is Briere. 49 is Brian Savage. Boom, there you go.
And 50 I have an idea for as well.
I didn't say 45, did I?
No, you didn't. It's okay, 45 there's a couple.
Yeah, there's a few.
Brandon Petrie?
Who?
Brandon Petrie? Didn't he use 45 in... Are
you thinking of Jeff Petrie?
Same thing. I went to school with Brandon Petrie. That's what I'm thinking of.
He was number 2. And then 58 before that.
Maybe I was thinking 58.
And then I think he's 26 in Montreal, so not even close.
Okay. Well, 58's kind of close. That's the point.
There has to be a goalie named 45.
I'm sure
I know.
it is.
But Jocelyn Thibault, come on. That one was like...
Never heard of him.
Nicely done. Oh, that was a solid... 41's also Mike Smith.
Who's that?
Where's 41? He's on the Flames now, but he was with her...
Oh, the Flamer!
Longest time. Yeah, I mean... A few goalies have worn 41. 43, Marty Biron. Come on. That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Or you could do the Jason Strudwick. There you go.
37.
A friend of the podcast, Jason Strudwick. 43.
37, Chris Drury. Here's a throwback.
For 37?
Yeah. Yeah, I went there. 41, Alex Tanguay.
No, he's 40, wasn't he?
I don't
He was
know.
40 and 18.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's close enough. Whatever.
Yeah. 38. You can do Pavel Dimitra. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
There you go.
I don't think
that
I
was
can
a
see
good one.
you slapping your chest, but that's the thing.
I did my Eddie, actually. I did my full on Eddie Guerrero.
You did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So,
yes, you did. Viva la raza.
I
got it. Viva Dimitra. Viva Dimitra.
Fuck, where was that from when we did episode 38?
I don't know. We weren't really doing the jerseys back then. We didn't think of it.
Really?
We didn't think of the jerseys until we're like mid fucking 50s, I think.
I don't know.
We really screwed the pooch on that one.
Oh, we probably did a couple here and there, but we kind of
Yeah.
didn't really go nuts. It's not like we're doing... Well, we're not really doing jerseys because I can't see that.
Well, we're just naming players who wore that number. Whatever.
Maybe
Anyways, that's not the point.
Maybe that should be the new Sounds of Struggle logo. We just have a jersey.
Yeah.
Oh.
We could do... It's a Sounds, Struggle, and then O.
We just have
Zero.
we just have our faces on a jersey.
That's disgusting. I like it.
And then instead of a C or an A, we just have SOS.
Yeah, save our shit.
Suck our
Sinatras.
Suck our suckers.
Suck our Sinatras.
Suck our struggles.
Yeah.
Word.
Struggles of sucking. Yeah. Anyways, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we need more alcohol, because...
I'm sober.
Yeah, me too.
This sucks.
So, we are Tag Struggle.
We are real.
Once again, I'm also Meniac.
I am also Chris Perish.
And,
Chris Perish.
We are real.
We are also spectacular.
And, we are a little bit of alright.
And, Strugglicious.
Yeah, we're out. Later. Pressure.
When your heart's pounding out of your chest, you can feel the thing shaking as you're running out of breath.